This week is Severe Weather Preparedness Week, and one local city reflects on the EF3 tornado nearly 7 years ago. An Etowah County Jail will resume housing ICE detainees after a 3-year hiatus, and an area city is having its annual Arbor Day tree giveaway next week.
Warm temperatures and a little bit of rainfall here in East Alabama. That's the story. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up. And in sports, area champions decided again last night. We'll have the complete highlights and scores coming up in sports. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards. It has been nearly 7 years since a devastating EF3 tornado struck Jacksonville, causing widespread destruction to both the city and Jacksonville State University. In recognition of Severe Weather Preparedness Week, EAN News interviewed Jacksonville Mayor Johnny Smith, who reflected on the city's challenges in the aftermath, particularly the extended power outages and the disruption of essential services.
We couldn't get to folks. You know, just about every street on the east side of town was just closed. I mean, we couldn't, just covered with trees and limbs and debris and everything. So we had, our phone lines were jammed up. I mean, it was just, and people were calling about, they couldn't understand really, some of them just couldn't understand what's going on. They're trapped in their house, trying to get out of the house, couldn't get out of the house, and we couldn't get to them. So getting streets cleared turned out probably to be the number one problem. But as you're trying to do that, you're dealing with all those utilities.
8 months before the tornado, officials of Calhoun County had the opportunity to attend an emergency preparedness training in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Mayor Smith described the training as a blessing, as it provided valuable skills that helped them respond more effectively during the disaster.
So we had all these people that had been up there and done tabletop type stuff and a lot of training, stayed there for a week. And it was people from all over the county. So when we set up our emergency operations center, we had 4 different branches of that center, and every one of them was somebody that had been to that training.
Despite the challenges, the city has made significant strides in preparedness. One of the key lessons learned, according to Mayor Smith, was the importance of securing funding. He admitted that prior to the storm, it was something he had not fully considered.
I mean, you got oil and gas mains, and you got water running out on the street and power lines on the ground. You can't wait about repairing those things. Well, that takes money. A lot of things you don't think about is preparing ahead of time to have some ready cash that you can get to when you have those kind of situations to occur. It also makes you think about communications. You know, it is so key, so key. And I thought, what if it had hit there instead of where it hit? We might not have had as many homes damaged, but we might have had communication damage to the point we still couldn't communicate. So making sure we've actually improved our communications a lot as a result of it. So we feel like we're in good shape now with communications. Don't have as much duplication as I'd like to have, but we're working on that.
When asked about the city's preparedness for another potential tornado, Mayor Smith expressed confidence in Jacksonville's ability to handle future emergencies. While Mayor Smith hopes the sirens never sound again, he emphasized that the most important lesson learned from the disaster is the power of community.
We can't handle it by ourselves. That's the key. I think that we're very prepared, probably better prepared than we were when it hit the first time. To do a good job, particularly do a good job after the fact, cleaning up and sort of thing, but maybe a good job of making people safe at the beginning. But we have to depend on all our neighbors, you know, all of our neighbors. And it is amazing to me how people turn out to help. And we have a great working relationship with all the cities, you know, and everybody wants to help.
An area shelter is looking ahead to the next phase of its mission. We'll have that story in a moment.
This Valentine's Day, make it special with WM Grocery in Heflin. For just $50, enjoy 2 juicy ribeye steaks, 2 baked potatoes, 2 fresh salads, rolls, and 6 delicious chocolate-covered strawberries. Reserve your dinner by February 10th. Call WM Grocery today.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from CARE's Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We are available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARE's DPC today.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Now that the Martha Vandervoort Center to End Homelessness has opened, the shelter is looking ahead to the next phase of its mission. Center Director Kyle Bryan says the group is a year ahead of its initial plans because it moved into an existing facility instead of building a new structure. Martha's Hope can accommodate 44 clients each night, and Bryan says they're averaging between 20 and 30 already. They're putting out a call for volunteers to keep the program running.
So our biggest need right now, our volunteer coordinator has been working on setting up reoccurring volunteer groups to provide meals in the evenings because we are completely dependent on volunteers for providing our evening meals. And she's done a wonderful job with that, but we still have openings for that. We're also developing volunteers that can come in the mornings to fold laundry because we change out the linens every single night so that they're fresh linens for everybody. So we need volunteers for that. And we could use volunteers to help with the reception desk as well.
People willing to volunteer at the center may call 256-954-7244 and get in touch with the center's volunteer coordinator. Bryan says the facility is operational, but more renovations are planned for both the interior and exterior spaces.
You know, the demolishing of the War Memorial Building and the Coleman Hall is almost complete, and once that is completed, they will move inside to renovations down here. So this entire gym floor that you see behind me will be redone and with a better surface that's easier to clean and whatnot. The stage behind me will be removed for a lounge area and an area for groups to meet, TV and things like that. And then we will also, our mental health wing will be built inside an existing classroom. And then one of our other classrooms will be parsed up into special population beds. So veterans, survivors of sex trafficking, you know, any special populations that might not need to be in the general population. So.
Amentum, a government contractor, will lay off 62 employees at its Anniston location starting April 3rd, 2025. That's according to a warn notice filed with the Alabama Department of Commerce. The company, which operates at the Anniston Army Depot, did not respond to requests for comment. Toby Bennington, Anniston's Director of Planning and Economic Development, says he has no information on the layoffs. A spokesperson for the Army Depot also declined to comment. The layoffs come after Amentum's merger with Texas-based Jacob Solutions Incorporated, bringing Alabama's total layoffs for 2025 to nearly 1,200. The warn notice, required under federal law, gives affected employees 60 days notice before layoffs. Amentum employs over 53,000 people worldwide. One local city is gearing up for a special event soon. We'll have the details in a moment.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The city of Anniston is gearing up for its highly anticipated annual Arbor Day Tree Giveaway. The event, which encourages residents to contribute to a greener future, will take place on Thursday, February 13th from 10 to 12 at the Anniston City Market on West 11th Street. Residents are invited to pick up a free tree and help grow a more sustainable and beautiful Anniston. This event is open to all, so bring your family, friends, and neighbors to take part in this special celebration of Arbor Day. If you'd like additional information, please contact Doug Gaddy. That number is 256-241-7164 or dgaddy@annistonal.gov. The Etowah County Jail is set to resume housing detained immigrants under a renewed partnership with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Marking the first time in 3 years, the jail will take in ICE detainees. This comes after the Biden administration's 2022 decision to close 16 detention facilities affecting jails in several states, including Alabama. Sheriff Jonathan Horton clarified that the decision to stop housing detainees was not due to any issues with the facility, as the jail had previously housed ICE detainees for over 25 years. Negotiations to restart the program began in late 2023, and the jail is preparing for another inspection to finalize the agreement. With a capacity of more than 865 beds, the sheriff emphasized that overcrowding would not be a concern. Today, we're celebrating National Weather Person's Day, marking the birth of John Jeffries in 1744. A physician by trade, Jeffries became one of America's first weather observers, starting in 1774. Then, in 1784, he made history by taking the first balloon observation over London, reaching 9,000 feet while carrying instruments like a thermometer, barometer, and hygrometer. His pioneering work laid the foundation for modern weather forecasting. We certainly appreciate the dedication of our weather professionals who work tirelessly to track and predict the ever-changing weather patterns we rely on every day. Forecasting isn't easy, and it takes a lot of expertise to stay ahead of the storm. Our favorite weather person is John Holder, of course, and he is standing by now in the EAN Weather Center. John?
Katie, I think all weather people are going to be popular across East Alabama for the next several days because the weather is going to continue to be warm right on through the weekend. We'll have the complete forecast details for all of East Alabama next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from CARE's Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We're available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARE's DPC today.
Here's the EAN weather cam today, looking northward on Quintard Avenue in Anniston. There's Wakefield's there on Quintard. And we had a lot of clouds today across East Alabama. A little bit of sunshine, not much. About 90% of the day was cloudy across East Alabama. Despite the clouds, temperatures remained way above the average for this time of year. As you can see, about 14 degrees above the average, 71 for the high today after a morning low of 48. So we're 13 or 14 degrees above our averages for this time of year. Our average high only 57, our average low at 35, way above that. And those numbers are going to stay well above average for the next several days. Here's the forecast for tonight across East Alabama. 59 for the low tonight. We'll be in the 60s for most of the evening hours. The rain chance tonight about 50%. A few evening showers out there. This rain should be gone by midnight tonight across East Alabama. As we look ahead to tomorrow, a day where we're going to have some clouds and sunshine about 9 o'clock o'clock in the morning, about 62 degrees. By lunchtime, we're at 68 degrees. We'll continue with mostly cloudy skies, more clouds than sunshine. And by the afternoon, we've got a chance of a shower in the forecast. That chance of rain tomorrow is only about 1 in 3. The high tomorrow actually will be a little bit warmer as we'll have a little bit more sunshine. The high tomorrow at 73 degrees. Here's the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. You'll see some unsettled weather really for the next couple of days. About a 1 in 3 chance of a shower tomorrow. A very warm day, as we said. Friday, a little bit warmer, a little better chance of a shower, about a 50-50 chance of rain. The high at 75. Keep in mind, no storms, no heavy rain. These are very light passing showers on both of these days. We're going to squeeze in a dry day, and the best day weather-wise in the next 7 days will be Saturday. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds, 77 for the high. Just a beautiful spring day, we'll say it, coming up on Saturday. Sunday, kind of a transition day. We'll have a 30% chance of a shower in the afternoon hours. The high remains in the 70s, about 15 degrees above the average at 72. We do have some more normal type temperatures as we approach mid-February here in East Alabama coming up beginning Monday. A 40% chance of a shower, the high at 65. Our best chance of widespread heavier rainfall will be on Tuesday, a 70% chance of rain. With the cloud cover and the rainfall in place, temperatures again will only be in the mid-60s. And then we clear out a bit. The rain will be gone. The clouds stay in place, and temperatures are right where they should be for this time of year. By next Wednesday, we're back down into the upper 50s. No cold weather at all coming to East Alabama for the next 7 days. And it is Severe Weather Awareness Week here in Alabama, and we thought we would show you this graphic. These are tornadoes in Alabama in the last 73 years or so by EF scale. So a lot of times those EF5s, 4s, and 3s, they get all of the publicity, rightfully so, powerful tornadoes. That's only 7% of the tornadoes in Alabama. 74% or so of the tornadoes are either EF0s or EF1s, about 20% are EF2s. All in all, 93%, the vast majority of tornadoes we have here in Alabama, including here in East Alabama, are weaker type tornadoes. But every tornado is dangerous. Every tornado can cause death and destruction, so you take them all serious. But the really big tornadoes, the EF3s, the 4s, the 5s, only 7% of the tornadoes we've had here in Alabama, basically over the last 75 years or so. I'll be back here tomorrow morning with a look at your Thursday day at a glance. And coming up next in sports, we're going to talk more high school basketball and a big high school football coaching change. That's next.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
A good Wednesday evening to you. John Holder in for Jordan Smith with EAN Local Sports. And again, area championship games going on all across East Alabama in high school basketball, both boys and girls. One of those area championship games last night being played at the Larry Ginn Gymnasium out in Alexandria and Cherokee County for the Class 4A Area 12 title. We were there, and it was a win by the Valley Cubs. They beat Cherokee County for the third time this year by a score of 59-41 last night. Q McDowell, the MVP of the tournament, led the way for the Valley Cubs once again with 15 points. Cole Wheeler and Jalen Henderson had 11 each for Alexandria. Cleet Forrest tossed in 8. All 4 of those players made the all-area team as well. Alexandria now with an area championship will be hosting a sub-regional game on Saturday again out at Death Valley in Alexandria at the Larry Ginn Gymnasium. We had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Valley Cubs, Coach Will Ginn. He talks about the flow of the game last night.
I thought we played a good game, a full game. Now we had some mishaps there and there, but for the most part, I thought we played a full game. We came out with good energy, and then that kind of carried on. And in the second half, we got a good enough lead that we were just kind of able to control the game the second half. And I thought we did a pretty good job. We had a little lapse there in the third quarter, let them score too many points on us. But then we kind of regained control of the fourth, I felt like, and finished the game off.
Coach Ginn also talked about Alexandria's outstanding shooting in the area championship game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, that's what I tell these guys, I mean, I feel like we shoot the ball good. That don't mean we're going to shoot it good every night, but we consistently, you know, I watch these guys practice, we consistently shoot the ball good. So, you know, I mean, we're going to make some shots. It's just about us getting good quality shots, not about if they go in. And that's what I always preach to them, you know, let's just get good shots. Good shots. If you get good shots every possession, and then we get a couple offensive rebounds to go with it and get a couple extra possessions, then we're going to have a pretty good night.
The game at Alexandria, not the only area tournament championship game being played last night across the region. On the girls' side of things, the Class 3A Area 9 title decided at Sachs. Sachs with a buzzer beater. Second night in a row we've had one of those here in East Alabama. Sachs beats Randolph County 48-47. Alana Cruz, 2 of her 9 points, a putback at the buzzer as Sachs beat Randolph County by 1 point. The MVP of the tournament was Sanaya Angel with 15 for Sachs, and Miora English had 11 points last night to lead the Sachs Wildcats. In the Class 3A Area 12 championship game at Piedmont last night, Piedmont doubling up Westbrook Christian, having no problem with the Lady Warriors. Piedmont wins the game 66-33. Morgan Studdard 13 points, Carson Young had 12, Josie Young had 11, and Amaya Thomas had 10 for Piedmont. Leading the way for Westbrook, Jordan Brooks and Danny Prime with 8 points apiece. In the Class 4A Area 8 championship game last night at Anniston High School, another close game that came down to the very end. Anniston wins it, beating Talladega by a score of 55-54. Anniston improves to 19-6. Jada Fomby led the way with 20 points for Anniston. Liberty Lewis had 15. Sanaya Spinks had 12. All 3 of those players named to the all-tournament team for Anniston as the Bulldogs move on to the sub-regionals. As we saw in the boys' side of things, boys Class 4A Area 12, Alexandria beating Cherokee County last night by a score of 59-41. And that was not all. Class 6A last night, 6A Area 11 at Oxford. Oxford for the 3rd time this year beating Shades Valley by 61-62-31. Oxford, the number 3 team in Class 6A. They're now 22-6. Jaden Lewis led the way for Oxford with 17. Jalen Alexander had 16, and Chris Latson had 15. In Class 6A Area 14 play, Gadsden City, a winner over Fort Payne by 17, 42-25. And so these teams will be playing each other. It will be Shades Valley going to Gadsden City Saturday night in the sub-regional. Fort Payne will come to Oxford to play as they will play the Yellow Jackets. That game will be played at Oxford coming up on Saturday night in the 6A sub-regionals. And finally tonight, one more story for you, a coaching change at Southside High School. After just 1 year, Ben Stewart, the former offensive coordinator for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, taking over at Southside, led Southside to the runner-up finish in Class 6A Region 8. The Panthers finished at 6-5, informed yesterday by the Etowah County Board of Education that his contract will not be renewed and he will not be coming back as the head coach at Southside for a second time for the second season. So Southside now looking for a head football coach over in Etowah County. That's going to wrap it up for sports on this Wednesday. Now let's send it back to Katie for more EAN local news.
Thanks for the update, John, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, our website, and on Rumble. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Thursday for your news on your schedule.